Let's take a quick look at how you can use the ChatGPT Advanced Data Analysis feature to extract insights, patterns, and trends from the data that you have available to you. You might want to do this because one of your typical business analysts are not available. Maybe you've finished a long day of work, one-on-one meetings, calls with your team. It's 8 p.m. You're finally getting that admin done and you don't have access to the typical resources you would, but you do have access to your CRM data or that spreadsheet that you run on the side with all of those deals. So let's have a quick look at what that might look like. I'm going to switch here to ChatGPT. You can see GPT-4 selected as the model, the advanced data analysis option selected, and I can go ahead and click the plus button in the bottom left here and select a CSV of some opportunity data. Now this CSV is literally just this Google Sheet that I've created. It's not meant to be comprehensive. It's meant to just give us something that we can play with a little bit so I can spark some ideas for you. You can see here, this looks like, maybe a pretty typical pipeline with opportunity name, the company or the prospect, the industry that they're in, who owns the deal, the values of those. You can see the stage and the open and expected close date. Now with this data available, I can of course then start to interrogate it. And I've written a couple of pre-prepared questions here because my typing is terrible and I don't want it to take up all the time. And one of the things I'm really curious about is which industry would be best to target for new opportunities. We're in Q4 right now as I shoot this. A lot of companies are thinking about 2024 planning, and maybe you want to quickly start to understand where you should be pointing your attention in a world with finite resources. So we'll let ChatGPT do its work here. I might speed it up or cut this in just a second so that we can get to the answer. All right, so it's told us the ranking of opportunities or the industries based on the opportunity values, and now it's examining the number of opportunities as another thing to consider as to which industries you might want to target here. Again, maybe I'll speed this up so that we can let it play out a little quicker. All right, and now it's comparing the number of deals or opportunities in this particular pipeline and comparing that with the deal value. That's going to give us a little visualization here so that we can make maybe an informed decision. All right, now I sped this up, but the total time has really only been 90 seconds or so, so we're moving pretty quickly here, and we've got a recommendation telling us that the telco and manufacturing industries would be best to target, but if we're looking for industries with the largest deals, then mining could be considered. So that's pretty interesting. I want to push the boundaries a little bit here, and I'm curious, can we create a scatter plot that compares the average deal size for each industry versus the number of days expected to close? Because I want to understand velocity of deals so I can think about resourcing, so I can think about how quickly I might be able to get to certain revenue targets. And again, ChatGPT is going to show us the work through some of that judgment, and then come back to us with a visualization of the data. Okay, so in seconds, we've got a scatter plot comparing the average deal size versus the average days to close. You can see that agriculture deals aren't worth much and they take a really long time, so probably not a good fit for this particular business. So with that, you can see ChatGPT Advanced Data Analysis, extremely powerful tool. In just very few minutes, you can get a whole host of information and make more informed decisions with the data that you have. Of course, be careful where you're inputting data, understand the rules in your business, in your industry, in your territory, or the geography that you're in. But as you can see here, it's a powerful tool that you can take advantage of if and where appropriate.